2016 campaign is underway,
I'm running for president.
and it's pretty clear who's leading in internet sharing. So how do you become the president of the internet? Well, you say what you think, and you give no f***s about the consequences.
You can hear the Republican attack ad right now. He wants America to look more like Scandinavia.
And what's wrong with that? In those countries, healthcare is a right of all people. In those countries, college education, graduate school is free. Retirement benefits, childcare are stronger than in the United States of America.
Bernie Sanders is running as a Democrat, but he's really like a Scandinavian social democrat. Not a USSR socialist, but he's a guy who believes that free markets should be really sharply curtailed by expensive public services, even if it means very high tax rates. There's not that many politicians who stand up for this so frankly, or who don't really care about raising money from rich people.
This great nation and its government belong to all of the people and not to a handful of billionaires.
And you know, the public really does agree with a lot of his positions. People are with him on labor law reform. They're with him on raising the minimum wage. They agree with him that the rich pay too little in federal taxes. And Sanders is the guy who launched a one-man filibuster to try to stop the Bush tax cuts.
Giving tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires who don't need it.
There's even a new poll.
Trump is enraging many people with his remarks about Mexican immigrants.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
How can you succeed when you say things like that?
Well, you can't, again, Gail, the question is how can you become president? You can't by saying things like that.
On Fox and Friends today, Trump spoke about the controversy.
Are you concerned about alienating the Hispanic vote by saying that Mexico is not our friend and we're building a wall?
If it's good for me or bad for me, I don't think of that. I think of saying the right thing. And people have to be alerted to the fact that we are getting some really bad characters coming into this country.
He was also asked about his stunning comment yesterday that he wanted Oprah as his running mate.
I do it kiddingly. All of a sudden they're saying, oh, Donald wants Oprah. Give me a break.
According to a new poll in the crucial state of Iowa, almost 55% of voters think Trump's candidacy is a publicity stunt. Not fans of Trump showed him in bozo makeup with the headline, "Clown Runs for Prez." The Post imagines he'd erect a Trump sign over the White House. Naturally, the late-night comics are going nuts.
Trump is running for president, and he's wasting no time getting down to business. In fact, just after his announcement, he demanded to see Jeb Bush's birth certificate. Isn't that
To have upset singer Neil Young by playing "Rockin' in the Free World." A spokesman for Neil Young says Donald Trump was not authorized to use "Rockin' in the Free World." Neil Young is a supporter of Bernie Sanders for president.
World's most influential people by Time magazine, but that means nothing to Donald Trump, who had Ramos kicked out of his press conference when he asked a question out of turn.
Yeah, please. Excuse me, sit down. You weren't called. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Go back to Univision.
Do you really want this president? This? You vote for Donald Trump, who doesn't allow this, or this, or this, or this. He just wants this. It's either this guy or this guy.